Thank you, President Kyle and the St. Paul Chamber for this kind invitation. To Mike and 3M, just on behalf of all Minnesotans, I can't tell you how proud we are that you call Minnesota home. I can't tell you how proud we are with your innovation and leading. We are grateful you are here, so thank you. I won't be able to name everyone, but I'm going to, because of the announcement that was made, Chris over at XL again, Minnesotans are leading, and I said what I understand clearly is that state government needs to be a partner with you in these things. We need to provide the tools necessary, and it's apparent when we have companies like 3M, you don't need mandates a lot of times to do the right things. What you need is the tools to be able to get there, and you will get there. So thank you for that. We're really grateful. To all of you, I have to be honest with you, as an outstate guy from Mankato, I never paid really too close of attention to the old St. Paul, Minneapolis fight. But now that I have a humble residence about 5 minutes from here, I'm about to make the same mistake as Governor Ventura made, but the other way around, I think, on this. But I am grateful to be here now with my family in this great community. There's a vibrancy like there is all across Minnesota, but it comes from folks that are sitting in this room, people who know that we do best when we collaborate together, when our for-profit businesses are given an opportunity to create the jobs that people need to achieve the dreams they want to. Our nonprofit entities are there to provide assistance and provide services that can't always be provided, and we've got government that's responsive to the needs of the people and do the things that government is supposed to do. So I can't tell you how proud I am here to be with you. I know the work that you all put in and gathering together to talk about best practices, to hear about some of these success stories that are not just success stories for Minnesota or even success stories for this country. These are globally impactful success stories, and that's who we are. We're a state of innovators. We're a state that doesn't fear the future. We're a state that created it on so many fronts. And I see at this point in history where we're going to have to differentiate ourselves, not just from neighboring states, but from countries around the world. The strength of this state has always been in investing in our people, making sure that each and every one of you, entrepreneurs or wherever you're doing, has an opportunity to hire the best qualified, best educated workforce. I know the challenge that we're facing, both through demographics and through our northern climate. It makes it more difficult in many cases to attract. But we know that people choose to be here because we do innovate, we do collaborate, we do have some of the best research institutions, both public and private, that have led on the frontiers of science, have led on the science of medicine, have led in feeding the world, clothing the world, powering the world. Those are the things that we have to look to. And I see it as my responsibility to partner with you to make sure that we're providing you with that workforce, to make sure that we're providing you a world-class transportation system. And that transportation system or infrastructure is not just highways and bridges, it is that, but it's also transit. It's also the locks and dams on the Mississippi River, but it's also vertical infrastructure, housing for folks. And then thinking about how do we make sure people have access to the things that they need to have so that they can either start businesses or work in businesses. That's a good school to send their kids to. That's daycare that they can put their kids in. That's safe communities that they know that they can be valued in no matter who they are. And we know in this state, we do many, many, many things right. We rank at the top or the top 5 in categories of wellness, of education, of personal income, but we can do better. We also know that there are communities of color that are falling through the cracks. We cannot afford to have it happen. So as we look forward to talking about budgeting in this legislative cycle, the one thing I can tell that I have learned over and over and over from the business community is you want us to provide certainty. You want us to hear what the issues are. You want us to find working solutions in partnership with you, and you want us to turn you loose to do the innovation that you just heard Mike talk about. And we can do that by holding true to our values, to making sure those folks who maybe need a hand up, we're there to give them one when they need it, or we're there to press the limit a little more. And the expectations you should have from state government is you should expect us on the issues where we have a monopoly on to deliver the highest quality service to the constituents, the customers, the citizens of this state. So that means when we have issues with technology, it is inexcusable that we allow cost overruns or allow people to not be able to do something as simple as get a driver's license. There is the expertise in this community to help, and I would ask each and every one of you, this is the John Kennedy line, Ask not what Minnesota can do for you, but what you can do for Minnesota. I'm asking you to come in and help us with this. Create transparency in our systems, create efficiencies in our systems, and bring best practices to government to do the things that we can do to allow you to do the things that you need to do. So I wish each and every one of you the best in here. I'm thankful for the invitation to come to you. This is, for many of you, the first opportunity I've had to talk to you. We look forward to many more opportunities. I would ask, if you would so like, I would love to take you up on this. I'm a teacher, and my wife always says the best teachers, the quality they have is they're lifelong learners. Bring me into your businesses. Bring me into your nonprofits. Bring me into what you're doing and teach me what I need to know to make sure that we're not basing decisions based on ideology or ignorance, but we're basing them on science, facts, and what has been proven to be those best practices. So again, Mike, Chris, and all the rest of you, thank you for innovating. Thank you for creating one of the most dynamic cities and states, and thanks for having me.